Thank you very much. It really is a pleasure to be back at Clifton Mansion. It's a good view of my alma mater, City College, so I always like to come by here. I owe a lot to the Baltimore City Public School Systems. I'm a product of the Baltimore City Public School System. So anytime I can promo our schools, I want to do that. And Dana, I want to thank you for your extraordinary leadership here at Civic Works and the Americorps program, what you're doing for people, what you're doing for our community. The changes that have taken place through your leadership, we very much appreciate. So we are just want to underscore that you have made quite a difference, and this program has made quite a difference. And looking at the great history of Clifton Mansion, there couldn't be a better tenant in it right now than Civic Works. So we're proud that you are here. We talk about the history of this mansion, built by a merchant. Purchased by Johns Hopkins, then Baltimore City bought it for recreational purposes. So this is really part of the history of our region. As you said, the Battle of North Point, of course, if I had Governor O'Malley here, he would give every single detail of the crusade. He really knows his history, but more and more people will learn the history of this region as a result of the restoration of this incredible facility. We're joined by Delegate Thomas Branch. We thank him for his involvement in the community and strengthening these programs. I think Cheryl Glenn will also be joining us. Delegate Cheryl Glenn will also be joining us. And we thank them because they've been strong advocates of preserving the history of Baltimore, but using it in a way that can advance our future. And that's what it's about, quality of life. Historic tax credits have allowed us to preserve a part of the heritage of America, but has allowed us to move it forward as far as our future. I want to just give you some numbers here because this is pretty impressive. The historic tax credit has been leveraged for about $90 billion of private sector investment. It's been levered about 5 to 1. So for every dollar of tax credit, it leverages about $5 of private sector investment. Nationwide, it's been used to preserve 37,000 buildings and has created 2 million jobs. That's what this credit has done. In Baltimore, over the last 10 years, it has created over 18,000 jobs, and it has been responsible for the preservation in Maryland of buildings such as Castleton, Maryland, and Langley Park, to the American Brewing building right here in Baltimore. So it's been used to preserve our history, but to create jobs. What's going to be done right here at Clifton Mansion, the renovation work is scheduled to be about $7 million of restoration work. 150 workers will work on the restoration. 20 students will be getting pre-apprenticeship programming here, which Civic Works is certainly very well acquainted with. This is the type of energy that we need in our community. So we're very proud of what is being done here. And you mentioned energy, because as you look at this building now, you can imagine the amount of energy it takes to keep this building in proper condition. Well, in renovation, they're seeking to become LEED certified gold. Wow. That is wow. That really is. You look around. I'm sure the architects had a field day figuring out how to get that, preserve this historic integrity of this building, but do it in a way that can use about 1/2 the current amount of energy that this building would take. That's how you not only look towards preservation, but you look towards our future by saying you're going to be a responsible player in energy policy for our country. Which leads me to the legislation that I'm announcing, that I'm introducing. This bill will build on the successful credit we currently have. So we have credit that allows us to leverage a relatively small amount of subsidy for a large amount of private sector investment and jobs. That's what the tax credit, historic tax credits, allowed us to do. My legislation will build on that success by giving additional incentives for the smaller projects that have a harder time in getting the type of private sector investment. This will allow us to leverage it at a higher dollar amount, a 30% rather than 20%, so we can get some of the smaller projects moving forward. We offer enhanced credits in low income and areas that are difficult for development. So we recognize that there are areas that are going to be more challenging, and my legislation would provide the incentives for communities to say we are going to come into areas that heretofore have not been eligible for this type of investment. We give extra credit in the credits for energy efficiency, as you're doing here at Clifton Mansion, because we need to be part of an energy solution. It will create jobs. Now here's the nice part, which is a bit unusual in today's environment. This is a bipartisan bill. Senator Snow of Maine has joined me in the introduction of this legislation. So we are working. We don't think this issue hasn't been partisan in the past. As I was telling some of you before, in Washington today, seems like every program's under attack. This program has been very, very valuable to our country. So I don't want to just sit back and let people take shots at it. I think we can improve it, make it stronger, and even make it more effective for preserving more buildings like Clifton Mansion around our nation. So we're very proud. We think it's a win-win-win situation. It's a win situation for preserving historical structures. It's a win situation for creating jobs, and it's a win situation for improving our energy policy in this country. I'm proud to be part of this effort, but I tell you, when I look through this room and see the people who have been involved in historic preservation, job creation, education, it gives us great hope for the future, not only in Baltimore, but around our nation. Thank you.